What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm all decked out and I'm feeling beautiful, and I want to show you guys the new products that I have by Westman Atelier. Most of you guys know, the subscribers at least know, Westman Atelier is one of my favorite brands, and I kind of fell into the rabbit hole last year, and I fell in the rabbit hole really hard. I know some of you know what I'm talking about. Once you try a Westman Atelier product and you love it, then you fall in this rabbit hole and you end up getting a lot of their products, and I have a ton of their products. Oh my god, I was making these videos for my Instagram reel. Ooh, I'm a little bit too excited. I was making these videos for my Instagram reel and I realized, like, I nearly have the entire collection. I love it. I love going back to the products and just experimenting with this. If you like Westman Atelier, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, because I do like to feature all of the newer launches by Westman Atelier. They have a clean beauty promise. Make sure to look at the website, to look at all the formulations and the clean beauty promise, or look at one of my other videos, because I'll probably explain a little bit more about those. I am going to do a full face, but if I featured the products already, I'll make sure to kind of rush through all of the products that I've already featured. And of course, the star of the show of this video is going to be the Superloaded Tinted Highlight in the shade, the new shade, Peau de Santé. And I've also finally bought the Bonne Brow Defining Pencil. And I have some thoughts on that, so you can also check the timestamps down below. If you just want to see the Bonne Brow demo, or you want to see the Peau de Santé demo, or you just want to see the final thoughts, yeah, use the timestamps down below if you don't want to hear me yep. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the video. I used two foundations. I have Vital Stick number 3 and Vital Stick number 5. And I like to use number 5 for the darker parts of my skin. Then on the other parts, I like to use a Vital Skin Foundation number 3, the parts that I like a little bit brighter, and blend them out. Using this technique, you can get really natural looking skin. What's also nice about this foundation is that it's very buildable, so you can start with a very sheer layer if you want to just get that my skin but better look. So this is one layer of the foundation. Maybe I should zoom you guys in so you can see the foundation in its full glory. I want to do a little bit more underneath my eyes and on my cheek area, just because I need a little bit more help. Unfortunately, Westman Atelier doesn't have a concealer just yet, so I'm going to conceal using the Rose Ink Concealer in the shade LX60. I really like this concealer, but I hate the component. Before we move on, I'm just going to set underneath my eyes. I don't have a powder by Westman Atelier. They didn't come out with one yet, so I'm going to set with my own powder and just underneath the eyes. So Westman Atelier quite recently came out with the Bonne Brow Defining Pencil. I got the shade Bark, which should be for dark brown hair. I never take the darkest color. I think the darkest color is probably for someone that has a jet black hair. This should be a natural definition meets feathery fullness for just right brows type of product. It comes in that original packaging. It has a 12-month shelf life and it's made in Japan. The outside packaging is black. It's plastic. You can twist it up and twist it down again very easily. And I believe the packaging is refillable. It has a very sharp edge, but I think that if you use it after a few tries, the edge won't be this sharp. And on the gold end, you have a spoolie, a clean one. It's quite hard to touch. It feels a little bit like one of those lead pencils. And this is the color Bark. Let's give it a try. I'm first gonna use the spoolie to spoolie my brows upwards. I like that the spoolie has a gold lid. This way you know what side is the spoolie and what side is the actual pencil. What I don't really like is that it feels a little bit loose. Does that make any sense? Feels like it's not entirely secure. Now, maybe this doesn't actually hinder the application of this product, but that's just my first impression. Now I kind of went overboard in application, but that's just because I wanted to test out the product. I'm going to use a spoolie to brush out the pencil marks and strokes. And this is where the brows are at. Now for the most exciting product probably of this entire video, the new Superloaded Tinted Highlight in Peau de Santé. When you open up the packaging, you'll see a beautiful baggie, and in the beautiful baggie you have the component. And this is what she looks like. Sort of this rose toned silver packaging. And this is the most exciting part, guys. It's refillable. So compared to Peau de Peche, they're the same size. Different outside, of course. This one has that aluminum metallic look. This one has the faded black look. Both of them have the logo on top, and this is the back of them. So as you can see, there's one that is refillable and the other one isn't. And the other refillable packaging I have is the Lip Suede in the nudes. This has that porcelain outside, and both of them are refillable. Last comparison packaging will be the Beauty Buddy Bronzer. I have the shade in Coupe de Soleil. This is a true gold, whereas the newest Superloaded Tinted Highlight in Peau de Santé is sort of this silver rose packaging. Back in the day, the Superloaded Tinted Highlight came in a faux leather case, whereas now they come in that traditional Westman Atelier packaging. It is, in my opinion, much less glamorous. I think they did do it for a reason. I think it was environmentally conscious reasons. Peau de Santé is a Superloaded Tinted Highlight, the newest one in the collection. It has a net weight of 4 grams or 0.14 ounces. It has a shelf life of 18 months and it's made in Italy. Peau de Santé is described as a warm peachy rose, and Peau de Peche, which is the one I'm swatching next to it, the OG, the one I originally had, and why I fell in love with the Superloaded Tinted Highlight, is described as a warm peach. In my opinion, Peau de Santé has a bit of a peachy rose tone to it, but with gold reflex in it. And I feel like Peau de Peche is a peach beige, but then with kind of silver reflex in it. So let's first start with Peau de Peche, which is the first one. I love how natural it looks on the skin when I start blending it out. And there is a dedicated brush for this Superloaded Tinted Highlight, but I like to just use my finger. So this is what it looks like applied. And then I like to blend it out. Such a smooth blend. I love to use Peau de Peche as sort of a bronzer blush highlight hybrid. I tend to keep this high up on the cheek. The moment I go further into my nose area or around my nose area, my pores are larger, and because this is a highlight, it will highlight your pores. And now for the moment of truth, let's do the same, but then with Peau de Santé. Make sure to really warm up the product when you start using it. Really swirl around because you do have to sort of break a seal before you can get to the good stuff. So guys, what do you think? Let's take off Peau de Peche for now. Maybe I'll apply it a little bit later and use Peau de Santé on both cheeks. So here we are with Peau de Santé on both cheeks. Okay, let's move on. I love, love, love the contour stick by Westman Atelier, and I'm definitely reaching the end. I have barely anything left. This is it. It's probably one of my most used products in my collection, maybe even my most used. I love how you can easily work this into the skin and blend out. Next up, I have a new blush in my collection. It is relatively new to Westman Atelier, and it's the blush called MiMi. I have been loving this blush. I love the outside packaging, the nice gold lid, and the color is this beautiful tawny beige. My other favorite blush color is Chichette, so I'm gonna just swatch Chichette next to each other. Just for fun, let's go in with the lit up highlight stick. I have the shade La Perla. I'm gonna put it at the center of my nose. Then I'm gonna go in with my Beauty Butter Bronzer in this shade Coupe de Soleil. This is a beautiful warm tone product, great for the summer. Now let's go back in with Peau de Santé, and then I'll show you that you can layer these over powder as well, and it will still look really nice. Now it's been a hot minute since I used the iPods, but Peau de Santé and this iPod in Bisou look like they're friends. I'm thinking about using Bisou from the Rendezvous palette, Vin Rouge from the Le Noir palette, and maybe Champagne from also Le Nuits palette. I'm using the Rowan Everything eye brush. This is a really great brush that fits right in. Now I like to lay down the color first using a dense brush like this one, and then I'll use a fluffy brush to blend out the edges. Next, I'm using Bisou. I'm going to go in with another dense flat brush. I love this Rare Beauty brush to just go into the pod. This color takes a while to build up, and that's why you already see that this color has been panned. Then let's do a inner corner highlight with the shade Champagne. Lastly, let's go into the Le Nuit Sets Noir. I might have called this set Le Noir set before, and this is a black. I'm gonna go in with a defining brush and just try to create a little bit of a wing. Taking that to the bottom lash line as well. Going back in Vin Rouge, also on the bottom lash line. And let's use Peau de Santé right on top, maybe right here in the middle, for a little bit of extra dimension. Let me do my lashes and let's move on to the lips. Now for lips, I've been kind of trying out different lip shades and constantly am rejecting them. So let's try this shade over here and see if that one works out for me. I'm not sure if I'm completely happy with the final result when it comes to the lips, but I think it's an acceptable lip. It looks good with the look. I guess I just wanted a little bit more pop and I got a little bit more sophisticated. But what do you guys think of the final look? Okay guys, so this is the final look from afar. And I think it looks snatched. Personally, I think it looked really good. I love the way that this sits on the skin and the way that it turns out. But I do have some thoughts using it for the first time, so let's get into that. Okay, first off, I know you guys know that I like Westman Atelier. And if you're new here, then let me just tell you, I like Westman Atelier. Yes, the products are pricey, but I like their clean beauty promise. I like their packaging, and I like the way that most of their products perform. Barely any duds in the entire collection, and that is why my collection keeps on growing and growing and growing. I love my Superloaded Tinted Highlight in Peau de Peche. To be honest, I actually didn't think it was gonna get any better than that. So I never invested in the other two. Also because they're quite pricey, also because they're cream products. And guys, I know that like cream products are all the rage and all the hype right now, but cream products, they do expire. And of course there are products like powder products that you can sort of stretch in your mind the longevity of how long you keep it. Like I have powder products that supposedly are past the expiration date, but they're still performing as they should. They still smell like they're okay, and it doesn't look like there's mold growing all over them. When it comes to cream products, I'm a little bit more held back. I also want to encourage other people to hold back. Just because I have a channel is the reason why I decided to get this Superloaded Tinted Highlight, and also because it looks super, super beautiful. This one is refillable. So that is a huge thing, I think, for Westman Atelier. They've made claims before that they wanted to make their package refillable. I'm hoping that in the near future, they'll come out with the Superloaded Tinted Highlights refill packaging, and maybe it will just hike down the price a little bit. So packaging, splendid. Love this packaging. Shout out to Consciously Crafted Beauty, because I think that they designed all of the packaging. It just looks stunning. Then you open it and you get this stunning color. I know that Peau de Rosé is also more for fair toned skin types, and I've been looking at Peau de Rosé before thinking, should I get it? A lot of people complained that Peau de Rosé had kind of glitter reflex in it, and they don't really like that, and that is why I never invested in Peau de Rosé. But when this Peau de Santé came out, I was like, I don't know, I love peach tones. They look better on me than cool toned rose colors because I'm a bit more warm. And yeah, why not just, you know, make the plunge. It's currently a website exclusive. I hope that it comes out at retailers, and when they do, I'll make sure to do a notification in my community tab. I was intrigued and a little bit afraid that maybe it wouldn't show up. Yes, it is a Superloaded Tinted Highlight, and yes, it is beautiful. My one but is, it was difficult to see. Like, let me know in the comment section below how well you saw it on my skin tone. Now, I'm a light to medium skin tone. In the summer, I can be medium skin tone, but I think that this looks beautiful on fair skin. On me, I felt it looked like a true highlighter. And what I liked about Peau de Peche is that it's sort of like a highlighter, bronzer, blush, like triple threat. It shows up on the skin really well, and it gives me that really natural glow without making too much effort, or without putting in too much effort. This gives me exactly that natural glow, but it's a little bit more of a true highlight. I think that most people, when they hear Superloaded Tinted Highlights, they expect this, and when I got this, they got a little bit surprised, but pleasantly surprised nonetheless. This to me is a true highlight color with a little bit of color. Of course, you did see me build up the color, and at some point you did see that beautiful peachy glow that I was expecting to get. So yes, you can build up this color, but I felt like I had to dig a little deeper to get that color to show up on camera, but also just in real life. I'm gonna compare it to my Pillow Talk Magic Light Wand by Charlotte Tilbury. These are very well known in the beauty industry, and that way you can see the difference in color and also what I mean with opacity. So here you see two swipes of the Superloaded Tinted Highlight in Peau de Santé, and here you see one swipe of the Beauty Light Wand in Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury. And of course, the effect is not supposed to be the same. They're not supposed to be the same product. But I think my point is more, I really have to dig in deep to get a similar effect. This is, of course, more of a natural glow. And that's the same with the Peau de Peche one. It's so natural looking. It's so beautiful looking. So now comes the question, do I think that Peau de Santé is worth it? Now, this is going to pain me a little bit because I had really high hopes of this product. I think the component is beautiful, and I think the formulation of these Superloaded Tinted Highlights are super beautiful. But if I were to compare it to my Peau de Peche, I think that Peau de Peche will still be my #1, just because this one is such a unique product in my collection, whereas the Peau de Santé is beautiful, is lovely, but it's more of a cream highlighter, like a genuine cream highlighter. To me, I think that if you are fair skin toned, I think that this would look beautiful on you. So if you're fairer than I am, check it out. Maybe this is the color for you. Maybe Peau de Peche was just a little bit too deep for you, and you're kind of looking into Peau de Rosé, but if Peau de Rosé is too pink for you, you're warm toned. This is probably the color for you. If you are a Westman Atelier collector like I am, and you wanted to get this outside packaging, you like the fact that it's refillable, and you like this color story on me, you saw the demo and you're like, yes. Guys, the Superloaded Tinted Highlights are definitely worth it. It's only worth it if it's your color. And if you didn't want to have Peau de Peche because you thought it was too dark, then yes, of course, go get this. Like, there's nothing wrong with the formulation of these. Another new product in my collection now is the brow product by Westman Atelier. I think it performed fine. It looks really nice. It was easy to apply. I like the fact that it has two color ends, because now I already know, like, oh, this is the spoolie end. I don't know if I like the idea of having the spoolie separate like this and not just you know, like most brow products, the back like this. If you have a longer stem, then you can really have a little bit more control. I'm glad it's there though, because I like brow products that have a spoolie. I like the fact that this is refillable. I can't wait to see what the refills cost like. It's plastic, so in terms of packaging, not my favorite packaging. And I don't like that this is a little wonky, but it didn't actually hinder the application of it. Not the most thin pencil I've ever seen, but if you're a Westman Atelier fan like I am and you just wanted to try a new brow product, it's not revolutionary as of yet, but a great brow product nonetheless. Also color wise, I think this was the right color for me. It's not too warm. So if you are looking into the brow products by Westman Atelier, check out this one. It's not bad. It's just not, you know, revolutionary. Then the final product that is not necessarily new, it was a re-promote, but I do have to talk about it. The color MiMi. Guys, this is my favorite blush formulation, the Baby Cheeks blush. And I think that this is such a stunning color. Unfortunately, also a website exclusive. I think it's absolute bullshit, but I'll try to keep my opinions to myself. Beautiful color, a loving formulation, great for an everyday look. If you didn't have this one yet, I think that it's currently sold out, but it's waiting for a restock. If there is a restock, I'll make sure to, I don't know, link it somewhere so at least I can let you guys know. I don't know if it's still the case, but it was part of an environmental project, so all the proceeds would go to a particular organization. I can't find it on the website anymore, so I have a feeling that it's not the case anymore. I believe this is a limited edition blush, and when the restock happens, I would recommend you getting it because you don't know if it's gonna come back. So guys, I think those were all of the products that I tried new today. If you wanted to get a little bit more information on the other products that I tried on my eyes or on my skin, please check out some of my other videos in my playlist because Westman Atelier is a featured brand on my channel. I love Westman Atelier. I feel like this is a collection that I could be using until I'm 40, 50, 60, and even into my 70s just because everything is so flattering. I have a rankings video. I have a video on all the iPods, and I have a video on all the lip colors. So if you just want to test out something, you're kind of like my skin tone buddy, check out those videos because maybe you can find something that you like in my videos. If you liked anything about this video, if you liked the demo, make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions regarding the products that I used today, make sure to comment down below. I actually make it a thing to always comment back, and my comments can be quite lengthy, but I really like to take the time to comment the best way that I can. I still can do this because I'm a small YouTuber, I'm a small channel, so take and make use of that as you will. Guys, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next time. Bye.